morning, all of you. Today we will learn about TPN. Myself, Patel Shittal, and today we will learn the procedure TPN. The full form of TPN is Total Parenteral Nutrition. Okay, shall we continue? Total Parenteral Nutrition. Now we will see the definition. So the definition of TPN is intravenous administration of varying combination of hypertonic or isotonic glucose, lipids, amino acids, electrolytes, vitamins, and trace elements. Okay, what we will administer through intravenously different nutrients, right? In that it may be a hypertonic solution or isotonic solution, may be a glucose, lipids, amino acids, electrolytes, vitamins through a venous access device. Okay, we already explained that it is administered through intravenous. So we need a device. So that is the venous access device directly into the intravascular fluid to provide nutrients for patients. Okay, which type of nutrients? All glucose, lipids, amino acids, electrolytes, vitamins for patients who are unable to receive adequate nutrition through GI tract. Okay. In other words, I just say that તમારે intravenously glucose, lipids, amino acids, electrolytes, vitamins જેવા nutrients provide કરવાના છે through a venous access device. Okay, આપણે intravenously આપણે કોઈ બી nutrients when you administer you need some device for it, right? જેમ કે આપણે IV line માં કોઈ બી infusion આપીએ તો first we will take the VF, right? આપણે first VF લઈએ છે, vein flow લઈએ છે. The same way we need venous access device for administering all these nutrients. Okay, that is the definition of TPN. Now, why we should give the TPN? Because the patient who are unable to receive adequate nutrition through GI tract, okay, orally or through GI tract, જે લોકો properly nutrition ના મેળવી શકે, in that case we use the TPN. Now the purpose is in that first to provide nutrients required for normal metabolism, tissue maintenance, repair and energy. Okay, through TPN જે પણ nutrients છે, જે પણ nutrients છે જે normal metabolism માટે જરૂરી છે, as well as tissue ના maintenance માટે, repair માટે, as well as energy ની જે demand છે body ની એને fulfill કરવા માટે we should need the TPN. That is the first purpose. Second, to bypass the GI tract for nutrients who are unable to take food orally. Okay, આપણે GI tract ને bypass કરીને જે લોકો orally food ના લઈ શકતા હોય એ લોકો માટે intravenously we should provide the nutrients. That is the second purpose. Now indications. There are some indications for this TPN. In that first one, the patient who cannot tolerate enteral nutrition. Enteral nutrition એટલે GI tract માંથી આપણે જે nutrition લઈએ છીએ જમીને ખોરાક લઈને, right? That is all enteral nutrition. હવે જે patient enteral nutrition ના tolerate કરતા હોય because of first paralytic illness, કે ileum or intestine paralysis હોય તો, second intestinal obstruction, there is any obstruction into the intestine. Third one, acute pancreatitis, then inflammatory bowel disease, which can lead to diarrhea and vomiting. That's why patient cannot tolerate enteral feeding. GI fistula, or you can say gastrointestinal fistula. Then severe diarrhea, persistent vomiting, and malabsorption. આ બધા જ indication છે for TPN. Second one, hypometabolic states for which enteral therapy either not possible or inadequate. Okay, કઈ condition છે જ્યાં basal metabolic rate or BMR increase હોય, hyper હોય, જેમ કે severe burns. In that case you should need TPN. Then NPO, kneel per oral. Okay, for any surgery, or there is another reasons for are also. So NPO for more than 5 days. Okay, meal per mouth. Then acute renal failure, obviously ત્યાં intake છે એ limited હોય, in that case also. Then multiple fractures and tumor in GI tract, all these are hypermetabolic states. In that case you should give the TPN. Lastly, patient at risk of malnutrition due to the gross underweight, patient underweight હોય તો, as well as metastatic cancer. If there is a metastatic cancer, in that case also you should give the TPN. Now, methods of parenteral nutrition. In that there are two methods, PPN, that means peripheral parenteral nutrition, PPN. Second one is TPN, that is total parenteral nutrition. Both are given through venous line, okay, intravenously. So you can say the intravenous alimentation. Okay, alimentation is the another name of parenteral nutrition. As well as you should know about the enteral routes. In that, first route is mesogastric tube. Through NG tube you can give directly food to the stomach. Then gastrostomy tube, jejunostomy tube, nasojejunal tube, and lastly nasoduodenal tube. All these are enteral routes, but parenteral routes are only two, PPN and TPN. Now, methods of parenteral nutrition. In that, first is total nutrient admixture into a central vein. In other words, you can say the TNA. The full form of TNA is total nutrient admixture. So it is indicated for patients requiring parenteral feeding for 7 or more days. Okay. TPN છે or parenteral feeding છે જ્યારે 7 or more days require હોય, in that case તમે કયું solution use કરશો? TNA, total nutrient admixture, which given through a central vein, often into the superior vena cava. હવે આ પ્રોવાઈડ કરવા માટે TNA સોલ્યુશન ઇન્ટ્રાવેનસલી આપવા માટે તમારે સેન્ટ્રલ વેન લેવી પડે. ઓકે, યુ કાન્ટ ગીવ ઇન અ પેરિફેરલ વેન. આપણે જે VF લઈએ છીએ, વેન ફ્લો લઈએ છીએ પેરિફેરલ વેન્સમાં, એવી વેન્સ ના ચાલે ફોર TNA. You should need central vein, and through central vein it directly goes into the superior vena cava. Okay. Then parenteral formula combines or TNA formula, or in other words you can say the TPN formula combines CHO, carbon hydrogen oxygen, or in other words you can say the carbohydrate. Okay, that is the short form of carbohydrate, CHO, in the form of concentrated 20 to 70% dextrose solution. Dextrose is alternative of carb. Then proteins as an amino acid. Protein આપવાનું છે in the form of amino acids. Then lipids in the form of an emulsion 10 to 20%, which include triglyceride, phospholipids and glycerol. Okay, so lipid emulsion ના ફોર્મમાં જેમાં કઈ કઈ વસ્તુ ઇન્ક્લુડ થાય છે? તો triglyceride, phospholipids and glycerol ઇન્ક્લુડ થાય છે. Then water and lastly vitamins and minerals are included. Then method of parenteral nutrition. In that, second method is peripheral parenteral nutrition. Peripheral, the name suggests it can be given through the peripheral vein also. Okay, vein flow માંથી પણ તમે આપી શકો. This parenteral formula combines carbohydrates or lesser concentrated, જે TPN માં TN માં જે concentration હતું એનાથી ઓછું concentration હશે carbohydrate નું. Carbohydrates are lesser concentrated glucose solution, as well as it can contain amino acids, vitamins and minerals also. Okay, it cannot contain lipid, which given through a peripheral vein. Through vein flow you can give it. Then indicated for patients requiring nutrition for fewer less than 7 days. Okay, TPN આપણે 7 days થી વધારે હોય ત્યારે આપીએ છે, પણ PPN peripheral parenteral nutrition જો 7 days થી ઓછા દિવસ માટે, fewer days માટે આપવાનું હોય, in that case you can use the PPN. Now, total parenteral nutrition. This parenteral formula combines glucose, amino acid, vitamins, minerals. The same formula which can given through a central IV line. So TPN, in the case of TPN, you need central IV line. You should remember this thing. If lipids are given intermittently mixed with TPN. Lipids છે TPN માં lipids you can give intermittently, okay, or mixed with TPN. Lipid no formula you can mix with another carb protein જે formula છે એની સાથે mix કરીને પણ આપી શકો. That means lipids અને TPN both you should give together, or you can give it intermittently. First you should complete the TPN, in the second you can give the lipids. Okay, TPN અને lipid તમે સાથે પણ આપી શકો અથવા એક પછી એક one by one also you can give it. Fat emulsion or lipids is composed of triglyceride, phospholipids, glycerol and water. I already explained it, which may be given centrally or peripherally. Okay, lipid can be given by both. Centrally પણ આપી શકો છો as well as peripherally પણ. Now, which articles are needed for TPN? Okay, TPN procedure માટે કયા articles જોઈએ આપણે? The first, central venous access device, or you can say the long-term VAD. Same way, venous access device such as Thickman, Brovia, or Gresham catheters, or peripherally inserted central catheter PICC, peripherally inserted central catheter line or peripheral IV access. Okay, at least first you think you should need this thing. જો તમે TPN આપો છો તો તમારે VAD જોઈશે, જો તમે PPN આપો છો તો તમારે PICC જોઈશે. Okay, second one, volume control infuser. Okay, in other word you can say the infusion pump, which can control the rate of solution. Okay, so volume control infuser પણ તમારે જોઈશે. Third one, filters, 0.22 micron for TPN without fat emulsion and 3.2 micron filter for TNA or fat emulsion. Okay, જો તમે TPN નું solution હશે તો તમારે filter 0.22 નું જોઈશે. But if you need lipid also you can give. In that case you should need the 3.2 micron filter. You can see the central venous access devices. First is for VAD and second one is PVC. Okay, peripheral venous catheter. You can see the vein flow in there. Then this is the volume control infuser, or you can say the infusion pump. This is the filter of 0.22 micron for TPN. The same way it is also available for 3.2 micron filter for TNA. Now another articles are, first is bag of parenteral nutrition. Obviously જે TPN solution તમે આપવા માંગો છો, you should need that bag also. Administration tubing with liver lock connections, hypoallergic tape or micro tape. Then face mask, sterile gloves also you should need, because it is a sterile procedure. This is the bag of parenteral nutrition. There is a division. Before administration of this bag you should immerse it or mix it. Okay, all this division you should mix it. This is the liver lock connection, first one. Second one, sterile gloves, then face mask, and lastly the hypoallergic tape. Now procedure. In that, first step is performing nutritional assessment. In that you should check the height, weight, body mass index, intake, output. All these are included in nutritional assessment. Why we should do this? For providing the baseline data. Then explain the procedure for gaining confidence of patient. This step is must before any procedure. So explain the procedure. Third step, collect needed equipment for the procedure. We already learned all the list of articles. Then inspect fluid for presence of creaming or any change in the constitution. Why we should inspect the fluid? Because in the if any fluid separation is there, it indicates that solution should be clear without clouding. Okay, there is no any fluid separation as well as there is no any clouding can seen in this solution. Otherwise it is contaminated or infected solution. Okay, તમારે જોવાનું છે કે ત્યાં કોઈ ફ્લુઇડ સેપરેશન પ્રેઝન્ટ છે કે નહીં, એઝ વેલ એઝ ક્લાઉડિંગ જેવું પ્રેઝન્ટ છે કે નહીં. જો ક્રીમિંગ ઓર ક્લાઉડિંગ જેવું પ્રેઝન્સ હશે, that means that fluid is contaminated and that type of fluid cannot be used as a TPA. That's why you should check for it. Then wash hands, hand wash is must. Then don cap, mask, gown and sterile gloves. Why we should wear all these PPEs? To maintain the strict aseptic techniques. That's why. Now, using strict aseptic technique, attach the tubing with filter to TNA bag and purge out air. Why we should purge out the air, or you should, in other word you can say, you should remove the air from the tubings. Whatever the tubing is attached with TNA bag, first you have to remove the air. કેમ આપણે air remove કરવાની છે? So for prevention of chances of developing air ambulance, okay, to prevent air ambulance or air ambulance na થાય, that's why we should remove the air from tubings. Then close all clamps on new tubing and insert tubing into volume control infuses. Okay, away we should clamp it, or we should close the all new tubings connection. Okay, and as well as we should insert it into the volume control infuses or infusion pump માં તમારે attach કરી દેવાનું છે. Place the patient in supine position and turn head away from venous access device exertion side. Okay, now you should position the patient. Patient ને supine position આપવાની છે, as well as turn છે, head છે turn કરવાનું છે. જ્યાં બી તમે VAD insertion side છે એનાથી opposite side ma you should turn the head of that patient. Why? Because supine position with head turned one side opens the angle between clavicle and first rib. Okay, so જે open થશે angle between clavicle and first rib, in that case the visualization of central vein is possible. Okay, and easily the central venous central line can be taken. That's why we should turn the head away from VAD insertion site. Then clean the insertion site with alcohol or providone codeine solution, or you can say the betadine solution and spirit. You should clean that insertion site with spirit and betadine. Then assist the physician while inserting the VAD. Basically, VAD insertion procedure can be done by physician. As a nurse, you should only assist the physician. Okay, then after the completion of procedure, after the insertion of VAD, connect the tubing to hub of VAD. Uses sterile technique. Okay, જે બી TNA bag છે એને જે tubings છે, you should connect it with VAD tubings and make sure that connection is secured using Luer lock connection. Okay, all of you know the Luer lock connection. So using that connection, first you should secure the all connection. Open all clamps and regulate the flow through volume control infuser. Then lastly, you should record the procedure. Now, after the completion of procedure, what will you check on the daily basis? Which clinical data you should monitor daily? Okay, that is the first, you should check the general sense of well-being. Okay, patient is conscious or semi-conscious, right? Patient is comfortable or not, that thing you should first check. Second, strength as evidenced in getting out of bed, walking, resistant exercise as appropriate. Okay, so first you should check the strength of patient. In that patient છે એ by own getting out of bed થઈ શકે છે કે નહીં, ચાલી શકે છે કે નહીં, right? All these things you should check, as well as walking. Patient can walk or not, all these things you can check, as well as patient can do the exercise or not. All further I say, you should check the strength, in that patient can able to get out of bed, can able to walk or not, as well as resistant to exercise, can perform the ROM, range of motion exercise easily or not. Second thing, you have to check this thing. Third one, vital signs. Okay, obviously દરેક પેશન્ટમાં આપણે vital signs તો જોઈએ જ છે. But in patient, you can check frequently the vital signs in the temperature, blood pressure, pulse, respiratory rate, as well as SpO2 also, saturation of oxygen also. Then fluid balance. Fluid balance का રીતે check करसो. In that first, wait at least several times weekly. Then fluid intake in that parenteral and antral versus fluid output also you can check to urine, stool, gastric drainage, wound or ostomy. By this way, you can check the intake and output. Then parenteral nutrition delivery equipment. હવે જે પણ TPN delivery equipments છે about the that bag, the tubings, infusion pump, પછી filter છે, catheter છે, VAD નું, venous access device નું catheter છે, as well as dressing. All these things you should check daily, each shift. Okay, each shift you should check all these things are also. Lastly, nutrient solution composition. We already learned in these procedure steps like cloudiness present છે કે નહીં, okay, discoloration છે કે નહીં. All these things you should check it on the daily basis. Then which laboratory data you should check daily? That first is finger stick glucose, which can be checked thrice times daily. In other words, in each shift until the stabilize. Glucose can be stabilized. Up to that, you should check the finger stick glucose, or you can say RBS, random blood sugar, thrice a day. Then blood glucose, sodium, potassium, chloride, bicarb, BU, and blood urea nitrogen. All these lab investigation you should check daily until stable. આ બધા investigation daily check કરવાના છે. Electrolytes and glucose, as well as fully advanced ના થાય ત્યાં સુધી daily check કરવાના છે. If patient's condition is advanced, in that case you should check it twice weekly. Okay. Then serum creatinine, albumin, phosphate, calcium, magnesium, hemoglobin, hematocrit, WBC, white blood cell. આ બધા investigation you should first check baseline, then twice a week. Then INR, you should check baseline, then weekly you can check it. Then micronutrient test is, all these micronutrient can be checked as per doctor's order. Now discontinuation of TPN. Okay, what are the criteria for discontinuing the TPN? That first is discontinuation of TPN should take place when the patient can satisfy 75% of his or her calorie and protein needs with oral intake or enteral feeding. Okay. હવે પેશન્ટની જે 75% ન્યુટ્રિશનલ રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ છે કેલરી અને પ્રોટીનની, જો એ ફૂલફિલ થતી હોય થ્રુ ઓરલ ઇન્ટેક ઓર એન્ટરલ ફીડિંગ, જેમ કે આપણે એન્ટરલ ફીડિંગ ઓલરેડી જોયું છે, રાઈટ? GI feeding છે, ગેસ્ટ્રોસ્ટોમી feeding છે, all these are enteral feeding. એનાથી જો 75% requirement fulfill થતી હોય nutrients, in that case you can discontinue the TPN. Okay, that is the first criteria. 75% જો fulfill થાય તો you should discontinue the TPN. Secondly, to discontinue TPN, the infusion rate should be half for 1 hour, then half again the next hour, and then discontinue. Okay, તમારે TPN છે તરત જ ડિસ્કન્ટિન્યુ નથી કરવાનું, એબ્રપ્ટલી ડિસ્કન્ટિન્યુ નથી કરવાનું. ફર્સ્ટ ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, જો 100 ml per hour જતું હોય તો ફર્સ્ટ અવર યુ શુડ half it up to the 50 ml per hour. ફર્સ્ટ અવર છે તમારે 50 ml per hour જવા દેવાનું, then on the second hour you should further half it. Okay, so 50 માંથી હવે 25 ml per hour second hour જવા દેવાનું છે, then on the third hour you can discontinue it. By this way you should taper it. Okay, આપણે half half કરીને discontinue કરવાનું છે, abruptly discontinue નથી કરવાનું. That is the second criteria. Then why we should taper it, or half of dose can be given? Why? So tapering in this manner prevents rebound hypoglycemia from hyperinsulinemia. Okay, so by this way tapering it, આવી રીતે ટેપરિંગ કરવાથી we should prevent the hypoglycemia. Okay, rebound hypoglycemia છે એ આપણે prevent કરી શકીએ. And all of you know very well that hypoglycemia is more dangerous than hyperglycemia. Okay, so for prevention of hypoglycemia we should tapering it. Then it is not necessary to taper the rate if the patient demonstrates glycemic stability. When you check the RBS and RBS is stable, in that case there is no need to taper it. Now the complications. There are several complications of TPN solution or TPN administrations. So first one is the sepsis. Sepsis, in other words, you can say the infection. Okay. Now what are the causes of sepsis? That first is high glucose content of fluid. Obviously, जो glucose no content વધારે હશે તો there is a chances of sepsis or there is a chances of infection. Second one, venous access device contamination. If you not follow the strict aseptic technique, જો તમે strict aseptic technique follow નહીં કરી હોય, in that case there is a chances of venous access device contamination. Okay, a infected થવાના chances છે VAD. So that's why that is the second cause of sepsis. Now what are the intervention? What you will do? In that first you should monitor the temperature, then WBC count, insertion site for sign and symptoms of infection. Obviously temperature હશે તો that is the first sign of infection. WBC count increase હશે so there is a second sign of infection. Now insertion site માંથી pus drainage હોય, that is the sign of infection. Redness હોય, there is also sign of infection. Weight dressing hશે, there is also sign of infection. So all these things you should check for sign and symptoms of infection. Second one, maintain strict surgical asepsis when changing dressing and tubing. Okay, that is must. You should follow strict aseptic technique must be maintained. તમે ડ્રેસિંગ ચેન્જ કરો કે ટ્યુબિંગ્સ ચેન્જ કરો ત્યારે તમારે સ્ટ્રિક્ટલી સર્જિકલ એસેપ્ટિક ટેકનિક મેન્ટેન રાખવાની છે. Consider decreasing glucose content of fluid. Okay, as per doctor's advice you should use decreased glucose content of fluid. જેમાં ગ્લુકોઝનું કન્ટેન્ટ ઓછું હોય એવું ફ્લુઇડ યુઝ કરી શકીએ આપણે. Then consider removal of BAD with replacement in alternate site. કે જ્યાં બી સેપ્સિસ થયું છે એ venous access device you should remove it, and the tip of that BAD device you should send it to the laboratory also for checking the presence of which organism is present, which bacteria is present. Okay, તમે venous access device ની ટીપ છે એ લેબમાં મોકલી શકો છો for further investigation કે કયા બેક્ટેરિયા પ્રેઝન્ટ છે, રાઈટ, and એનું blood culture પણ કરાવી શકો. So if blood culture is positive, which consider antibiotic therapy. હવે તમે ટીપ મોકલી છે તો કયું ઓર્ગેનિઝમ પ્રેઝન્ટ છે through blood culture it can be identified, and according to organism you can start the antibiotic therapy. That is all intervention of sepsis. Now electrolyte imbalance. In that first cause is iatrogenic unknown cause. Second one is effects of underlying diseases like fistula, diarrhea, vomiting. Okay, all these conditions can lead to electrolyte imbalances. That is the second cause. Okay, fistula છે, diarrhea, vomiting ના લીધે પણ electrolyte imbalance થવાના ચાન્સ છે. Now intervention. In that first, monitor for sign and symptoms of electrolyte imbalances. Okay, in the case of electrolyte imbalances there is a chances of ECG changes, so you should attach the cardiac monitor with patient of TNF feeding. Okay, જે પણ patient ને TPN ચાલતું હોય, in that case you should attach the cardiac monitor also for observing electrolyte imbalance. As well as second thing, you should check the lab values. Okay, by this way also you can understand about the electrolyte imbalance. એક ECG changes as well as lab values પરથી તમને ખબર પડી જશે electrolyte imbalance. Then treat underlying cause. જે પણ cause છે you should treat it. Change the concentration of electrolytes in DNA as necessary. જેમ કે potassium ની value increase હોય તો you should use the less potassium concentration of electrolyte in DNA bag. Okay, hyperkalemia present છે, so obviously you should use the decreased potassium level in that DNA bag. The same way you should change the concentration of electrolyte as per requirement. Now hypoglycemia, that means sugar level is increased in blood. What are the cause? The first cause is high glucose content of fluid. Obviously, second one is insufficient insulin secretion. Okay, if insulin secretion is sufficient amount ma na થાય, in that case also there is a chances of hyperglycemia. Now we should monitor RBS continuously for that. Okay, because this condition can lead to the sepsis. Okay, that's why we should monitor the RBS frequently. Intervention is same, monitor blood glucose frequently, decrease glucose content of fluid if possible. Okay, so you should change the content. Lastly, administer insulin as per requirement. That is the all intervention of hyperglycemia. Now hypoglycemia. Why hypoglycemia can occur? That cause is first abrupt discontinuation of TNA. Okay, જો તમે abruptly TPN solution stop કરી દેશો, TNA solution stop કરી દેશો, so there is a chances of hypoglycemia. Second one, administration through a central vein. તમે central vein થી આપો છો, in that case also there is a chances of hypoglycemia. Now what will you do? After discontinuation of centrally administered TNA solution, start 10% dextrose at the same rate. Okay, આપણે જે discontinuation ના criteria જોયા છે કે આપણે half of taper કરવાનું છે, then 25 ml સુધી આયા આપણે, right? પછી આપણે શું કરવાનું છે કે 10% dextrose 25 ml per hour કન્ટિન્યુ રાખવાનું છે ફોર એ 50 ml 100 ml ફિનિશ ના થાય ને ત્યાં સુધી. Okay, by this way you can prevent the hypoglycemia. Now hypervolemia, what are the causes? It is iatrogenic unknown cause, then underlying heart diseases such as congestive heart failure and renal failure. In that case also hypovolemia can occur. Or આપણે જે infusion pump set કરે છે, if that infusion pump cannot work properly અને TNA solution છે એ fast જાય છે, in that case also there is a chances of hypervolemia. Now interventions, what will you do? The first is monitor intake and output. Obviously intake output થી તમને ખબર પડી જશે કે fluid fast જાય છે કે નથી જતું. Then daily weight, then central venous pressure, breath sounds and peripheral edema. Breath sounds, in that wheezing breath sounds as well as peripheral edema is sign of hypervolemia, so you should check these things are also. Then consider administering more concentrated TNA solution. So by this way you can reduce the edema. Peripheral edema can be reduced by this way. Now hepatic dysfunction, which are the causes? In that first is high concentration of CHO or carb as well as fats relative to protein. હવે જે કાર્બોહાઈડ્રેટ નું કન્ટેન્ટ as well as lipid નું કન્ટેન્ટ પ્રોટીન ના કમ્પેરિઝન માં વધારે હોય, in that case there is a chances of hepatic dysfunction. Now what is the intervention? You should monitor LFT or liver function test as well as triglyceride levels and presence of jaundice. કે jaundice છે કે નહીં, all these signs symptoms you should check it. And lastly, consider alternation in formula as per doctor's order. You should change the content. Then hypercarbia, which are the cause? First is high carbohydrate content of fluid. Obviously carb content વધારે હશે, carbohydrate નું content વધારે હશે, so it can lead to hypercarbia also. Now what are the intervention? You should consider the changing formula to increase the proportion of fat relative to carbohydrate. The same way you should change the content. That is the only solution of hypercarbia. Okay, here my topic is finished. Thank you all of you for your cooperation. Thank you so much.